You know, folks rarely talk about how fast we lose muscle as we age. Even if you walk every day or your weight stays the same, your muscles might still be shrinking quietly. It's not your fault. It's just what happens naturally after 60. But here's the good news. There's something simple you can do to stop that loss and feel stronger again. It starts with what's on your plate. Most older adults I meet just don't get enough protein, and it's not because they don't care. It's usually because no one ever told them how much more they actually need as they get older. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at using the protein you eat, so to keep your muscles you actually need more than when you were younger. If you're feeling weaker, unsteady, or tired more than usual, this might be why. And no, walking more won't fix it if your body doesn't have the right fuel. I remember a man named John, 74, from Minnesota. Friendly guy, always walking his dog around the neighborhood. But over time, he started falling more often, even though he still walked daily. His daughter was worried he was getting frail, but when I sat down with him, I realized he was only eating about 40 grams of protein a day. For someone his size, that was way too little. We slowly changed his meals, added eggs to breakfast, tuna at lunch, a small protein shake with dinner. After a month, he told me he hadn't stumbled once and felt steadier climbing stairs again, all from changing what he eats. One of the simplest ways to support your muscles is to aim for about 1.2 grams of protein for every kilogram you weigh. So if you're around 150 pounds, try to get at least 80 to 90 grams of protein a day. That might sound like a lot, but small steps help. An egg here, a yogurt there, or even a half glass of a protein drink. Think of protein as the building blocks your body is quietly begging for. You don't need to lift weights or go to a gym to get stronger. You just need to feed your muscles what they're missing. You still have strength in you. Let's not let it fade away for something that's this fixable. One common thing I see in many older adults is that even when they know they need more protein, they just don't feel like eating. Maybe food doesn't taste the same. Maybe chewing is harder. Or maybe eating alone takes the joy out of meal times. And when you eat less, you lose muscle faster. It's that simple. I always say, when you're not hungry, drinking your nutrition can be a gentle, easy solution. I once worked with Mary, 82, from Ohio. Sweet lady, very sharp, but she'd lost her husband a few months before and hadn't had a proper meal in weeks. She told me she mostly drank tea and nibbled on crackers or toast. She wasn't sick, but she was always tired, and even getting out of bed felt like a chore. I introduced her to a simple vanilla protein shake, not a big bottle, just a half cup in the morning and again before bed. It wasn't too sweet, didn't upset her stomach, and within a couple weeks she said she felt more like herself again. Her energy came back, and she even started baking again for her church group. What often helps in these cases is starting small. Try a ready-to-drink protein beverage made for seniors, something like Ensure or Boost. You don't have to finish the whole thing in one go. Start with half a cup once or twice a day, preferably between meals, and make it part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth. When food feels like too much, sipping can still nourish you. You deserve to feel strong and steady in your body, and if a small shake helps you get there, that's more than enough. It's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter. Many older adults I meet tend to eat most of their protein at dinner. Breakfast might be toast or fruit, lunch is a light soup or salad, and only in the evening do they sit down to a full meal. But by then, the body can't use all that protein at once. Muscles need a steady supply throughout the day to repair, grow and stay strong. Without that balance, your strength fades, even if you're eating enough by the end of the day. I remember Frank, 69, from Arizona, retired teacher, loved gardening, very active. He told me he felt more tired in the mornings and struggled to carry heavy tools or bags of soil. He thought it was just aging. But after we looked at his meals, It turned out breakfast was just coffee and a banana, lunch was soup and crackers, and all his protein came at dinner. I suggested we flip the script. Add 1 boiled egg and a bit of cheese to breakfast, some grilled chicken or beans to lunch, and keep dinner the same. A few weeks later, he told me he wasn't just more energized. He was lifting things more easily again and felt like himself for the first time in years. One of the easiest changes is to spread your protein across the day. Try to have at least 25-30 grams at each meal. That could be a couple of eggs and yogurt in the morning, a sandwich with tuna or turkey at lunch, and a regular dinner with meat, fish, or legumes. Think of your body like a clock. It needs fuel to run well from morning to night. Small shifts in when you eat can make a big difference in how strong you feel. You don't need to eat more, just a little earlier and a little smarter. As we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to inflammation, that slow, hidden process that makes everything from joints to digestion to muscle recovery harder. And one major cause of this: highly processed foods. Things like sweet pastries, soda, white bread, and too much added sugar quietly wear down your body, making it harder to keep muscle and energy. You might not feel the effect right away, but over time, the damage builds up. I think of Alice, 77, from North Carolina. She was lively and always smiling, but she constantly complained of feeling foggy and sluggish. She didn't understand why. Her blood tests were okay, and her doctor said nothing looked alarming. But when we reviewed her daily habits, she mentioned her love for sweet coffee with creamers and cookies, every afternoon without fail. I gently encouraged her to try switching to unsweetened herbal tea and trade her cookies for a small handful of almonds or fresh berries. At first she didn't love it, but after 2 weeks she said she felt clearer, more alert, and even noticed she wasn't as stiff in the mornings. One helpful tip is to cut back on sugary snacks and replace them with protein-rich or whole foods. Keep things simple: a boiled egg, some cottage cheese, a handful of nuts, or even just a piece of chicken or turkey sliced up in the fridge for quick bites. Natural foods keep your body calm, your muscles stronger, and your energy steady. Your body listens to what you feed it. When you choose cleaner, simpler foods, your muscles have a better chance to stay strong. Think of it like watering a plant. Give it the good stuff and it can still bloom beautifully no matter the season. Most people think of collagen as something for skin or wrinkles, but it's so much more than that. Collagen is actually a major part of our muscles, joints, and connective tissues. It keeps everything working smoothly. After 60, your body naturally makes less of it, and that drop can lead to weaker muscles, stiffer joints, and slower recovery after even simple activities. It's not just about aging. It's about missing a building block your body once made on its own. I think back to Sam, 70, from Colorado. He loved working in his yard, but his shoulders were always sore afterward. He told me he felt like he was rusting on the inside. We had a long talk, and I suggested trying hydrolyzed collagen, the kind your body can actually absorb, along with some vitamin C to help it work better. He added it to his morning coffee each day, and after about a month, he told me he wasn't just moving easier. He was lifting heavier pots again without wincing. It didn't fix everything, but it gave him back a bit of freedom. One of the simplest things you can do is add 10 grams of hydrolyzed collagen powder to your day. Stir it into coffee, tea, or even oatmeal. It's tasteless and dissolves quickly. Just make sure you pair it with some vitamin C, maybe a slice of orange or a few berries, because that helps your body actually use it. Your joints and muscles are like a well-worn path. They've carried you a long way. A little care, a little support, and they can still carry you where you want to go. Small changes, steady steps. That's the way forward. If something in this video helped you or made you think, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. I read each one with care. And if you'd like more simple, supportive advice like this, Just hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss anything. Remember, you are not alone. You are stronger than you think. And life, it keeps going, especially when you choose to walk hand in hand with it.